Hey Internet, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today we are doing part 4 of 4. We're finally done with how to take your money in this gig economy, your Uber, your Lyft money, and how to invest it in a 2017 going in 2018 way of life, okay? The rules are different now, and I'm going to show you what you need to do to be successful in this new world, this new gig economy world. And today we're going to be talking about mutual funds, which it means specifically retirement, and an app that I use called Stash. So if this is your first time watching the series, in the links below I will show you the link to the playlist and the other previous 3 videos that are available for you to watch, so you know the background heading into this app. So let's get this 4-4 started. Mystro! Hey, if this is your first time here, welcome. Go ahead and hit subscribe down below, and then go ahead and hit the stupid YouTube bell icon so that you can get informed when I go live or I upload a video like this. If you're returning, welcome back. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up, and in the comments below, tell me if you've used any of the other services I used on my other 3 videos, and if you plan on using Stash in your retirement investing. So every Monday I upload a video like this, which is a video for you rideshare and gig economy warriors out there, giving you tips and tricks on the rideshare world. Every Wednesday I have a new driver live stream so that you can ask me anything live if you have any questions about how to do Uber, Lyft, or other rideshare services. And every Friday and Saturday I have a live in-car driver stream, and you can join me on my rideshare adventures every Friday and Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific time. So guys, today we're going to talk about mutual funds, which is a retirement tool that you can use, and I'm going to talk about an app here I can show you on my phone called the Stash app. Hey guys, so before I show you the actual Stash app, what I want to talk to you about is mutual funds. Okay, so the stock market is one way that rich people stay rich and poor people stay poor, because people like me can't invest in the stock market in the right way. So what the stock market allows you to do is over time make a ton of money, okay? Because the stock market is going like that. I'll put a chart over like the last gazillion years. The top 500 countries, known as the S&P 500, almost always goes up. And when one company crashes, rich people don't care. Well, I mean, obviously everyone does care, but they don't care as much because they have investments in other companies. So the way it works is really smart people like Warren Buffett, or companies that do this for a living, that make money off of this sort of thing and invest money for you, is they take like $25 million and they invest in 25 different companies at $1 million each, right? So they buy $1 million worth of shares in Google, they buy $1 million of shares in, like Enron was one that famously got destroyed, right? That bankrupted, but they invested in all these different companies, and when an Enron happens, right? When Enron went down and cashed it out, like Warren Buffett lost like his million, this is a hypothetical, right? But he lost his $1 million investment in Enron. And that hurts, dog. It hurts to lose 20 or $1 million. However, Warren Buffett also has 24 other companies that didn't end up in like Enron, where he made money, right? So like, let's say he bought $1 million in Google, Google went up. Well, now his $1 million in Google is worth like $100 million in Google, right? Because it increased from like $10 a share to $1,000 a share. Those numbers aren't exact, so don't leave the comments below, the little snarky comments of, you can do the exact math if you want to. This is a general idea, okay? But the problem is, most people don't have $25 million to invest $1 million a piece in 25 different companies. So how can a normal person like you and me make money without the risk involved in putting everything in one spot, right? Because some people did invest all their money into Enron because they worked for the company, and that was what their 401k was. Their retirement plan was to bank on Enron, and when it went down, because it was a shady company doing illegal stuff, all those people lost all their money because that's all they did. So there's this thing that's called a mutual fund. And what a mutual fund is it on a micro scale does the same thing that Warren Buffett did in my example, where he took $25 million and invested it in 25 different companies. So you buy $10, $100 of a mutual fund, or whatever it is that you can afford, right? For a while, I did $50 a month since I turned 18. And it took me a long time to even break the $1,000 mark, $50 a month. But since I've been 18, I have invested $50 a month in mutual funds. And what it does is it invests in a bunch of different companies the same way Warren Buffett does, but on a much smaller scale. So you might be buying like 25 cents of Google, 25 cents of, think of a Walmart, 25 cents of an oil company, or I meant to say, or 25 cents of ExxonMobil. I mean, you get the idea, right? 25 cents of Verizon. And over time, that builds up. So a mutual fund allows for diversification in case something happens where one company goes under. So it protects you. And a lot of middle class people use mutual funds to retire on because it allows them to play in the stock market the same way the Warren Buffetts of the world do. It's a lot safer. I mean, everything has risk, right? So when you're investing in mutual funds, there's a chance that that mutual fund can tank. And yes, mutual funds go up and down, up and down, up and down, but over a long period of time, they go up, right? So when you invest in a mutual fund, it's best almost to not pay attention to it. And I know it sounds weird because it's an investment into your money, but sometimes, like in 2007 when the market crashed, you're tempted to sell your mutual funds because, man, that sucks, right? Like, oh God, look how I went from having $10,000 in this mutual fund and now it's only worth $5,000. But don't worry, you're not investing for 2007, you're investing for 2087 when you're like retired and you're on an income based upon the savings you made in the gig economy. Because you're not making a retirement, you're not making a pension, you are making what you can in this gig economy world. And so in 2007, when you continued to buy the mutual fund at $50 a month like I did, when the economy recovered and it went back to the way it was, I made money on 2007 because I'm still buying here, and when it goes back up, now all that stock I bought, all that mutual fund I bought at $50 is now worth $100, so I doubled my money, right? So when it goes up and down, that's fine as long as the long-term trend is still to make a profit. And that's the idea of a mutual fund. It's a really powerful tool. There's a bunch of different things you can do. The most popular one is a 401k. That's where your employer matches your funds. Now, you probably don't have that if you're doing gig economy work like me, right? Like if you just do Uber full time, you don't have a 401k matching system. So that sucks. You obviously can do something else then. There's regular IRAs. So I'm not gonna go into the detail of everything that is available to you, but if you can, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Google, this channel, wherever, and I can talk to you in more details, but you basically have IRA and Roth IRA, and the difference between the two is the way tax works. Just know that Roth IRA probably for your situation is better for you to do that sort of thing. But I'm going to show you an app, and it's called Stash, and it's going to let you learn about mutual funds and invest as little as $5 a week. I think it's a great tool for those of you who don't have an IRA at all. Oh my God, you guys, if you don't have an IRA, I mean, seriously, how are you going to retire? It's crazy. Just download Stash. I have a referral code down below. Now, don't freak out. You do get $5 for signing up, and I do get $5 from signing up. But the most money I can make off of this is $250. So that's like one Uber referral. So I'm not gonna get rich off this. I'm not trying to sell you a product that's bad for my benefit. I mean, like, if you don't want to use the referral code because you think that it's a shady thing, then don't do it. Just download the app. I got you. But if you do use my referral code, you get $5, and you can invest as little as $5 a week, $20 a month. So that's possible to do. So I'll go ahead and put my Stash app up on the screen right here. Padang! And so this is what the app looks like. And you can see I've only been doing this for a few months because it's new to me and I don't want to invest a lot of money into this yet. So currently I'm still doing my traditional IRA, but I might switch over to this because I'll show you why in a second. So this is just a home screen where it shows you the value of it. So this month I've lost 30% or 8 cents in my Stash account, which it's okay. In fact, with mutual funds, sometimes you get excited when the market goes down because that means next time you buy, the market will hopefully go back up and you make money. But short term, it can freak you out. So let's go to my portfolio, and you can see I have zero available to use and $0 to available to withdraw. And I currently have 4 mutual funds here. I have Roll with Buffett, Clean and Green, Cloud9, and Internet Titans, okay? And so that might be a little bit confusing to you guys. So let me explain. The funds that they're using on the Stash app are like kind of named cutely, so that way new investors who've never done this before, can understand a little bit easier. So this is for the newbies, right? And so let's look at the different kinds that they have, right? So what these are they're different kinds of mutual funds, meaning, like I said before in this video, a mutual fund is a bunch of different companies in one fund, so that way it spreads out your risks. So let's just look at one. Like, I'm really into clean energy, so let's look at it, right? So this is going to be all the different companies that this fund, and if you want to look it up on the internet, the ticker is ICLN, okay? It's an ETF, which is, without going into detail, basically ETFs exist only to make money and to pay dividends. So if you only want to make dividend money, you only invest in ETFs, and in every quarter they pay you cash. And in this case, they pay you 3.21%. So every profit that this makes, they pay you out in dividends, right? So here are all the different companies that this particular mutual fund holds. So when you buy $1 in this company, you're buying 6%, a little under 7% of this company here on top. So 7 cents for every dollar you spend goes into that company. 6% goes into First Solar and Company, right? And so there's all these different kinds, including defense contracts. So if you want to go into like Boeing and Raytheon and stuff like that, you can do that. If you want to do tech, there's raw energy. So these are all companies like ExxonMobil, who does oil, gold companies, stuff like that. So you can choose what you prefer. And then these mutual funds are available. And then you put $5 in at a time, or that's the minimum. You can put as much as you want to, right? And then over time, you can make it. So right now, my Buffett's down. So actually, next week, if Buffett's still down, I'm going to put another $5 in here, because I think over time it'll still grow. Because trust me, Warren Buffett always manages to make money. And if you don't believe me, look at the performance of this stock. This is the lifetime of this particular one. And if you're curious as to what one it is, the ticker is BRK.B. You can see it's worth about $200, which is a lot of money, I think, to invest in a mutual fund off the bat if you're new. But anyway, look, so over the last 5, 10, and 1 years, this is how much money Warren Buffett makes. So if it's down right now, I'm not worried, because I know long-term Warren Buffett is going to make money. The last option here is who owns it. So of this community, 9% of people own Rolling with Buffett. So you can see if other people believe in it or don't believe in it. And so guys, what I think is amazing about Stash is, if you know nothing about mutual funds, it's an easy tool that allows you to get in there and learn about long term. So I'm telling you, just put $5 in there a week, okay? And then give it 4 years. If you do this for 4 years, you can look at it and decide long term if you want to do it or not. Now, Stash does make money, as all mutual fund companies do. So it doesn't matter if you go to your bank and do it, if you go to your employer, people make money off of this stuff by charging you a fee. And generally it comes out of the fund. So if you put $1,000 into mutual funds, they'll take 3% of that mutual fund and then keep it for themselves. Well, Stash charges you $1 a month. So that's why they give you the $5 up front free, is their service to you is they're saying free for 5 months, and if you don't like it, you can cash it out and take it back, right? So if this isn't something you want, cash out, take your money, and then there you go, you got paid for it. Now up to $5,000 is they charge you $1 a month, which actually is a substantial amount of money percentage-wise if you aren't investing a lot of money. But remember, that's only $12 a year. And if you don't have any mutual fund investments right now, you don't have money going into a bank, I guarantee you, if you go to your bank and you ask them, hey, can I put $5 a week into a mutual fund here at the bank, they're gonna laugh at you. They're not gonna take your money. They're gonna make you do a minimum of, like for me, minimum is $50 a month. And you have to have $1,000, sometimes even $5,000 in cash to start a mutual fund, meaning they won't let you do it just for $25 a month. They make you put a minimum amount in, and then they charge you, $50. They don't charge you, but then you have to contribute $50 a month after that to maintain the fund. So if you're like me, you don't have that kind of money to just dump into a retirement account right now. If you do, God bless, man, you've done a lot better than I have, right? But you can afford $5 a month, and then yes, $12 a year goes away. Now, once you hit $5,000, then it goes to more of a traditional percentage-based withdrawal method, right? So over a long period of time, in accounts that are $5,000 or more, so you've been, basically, that means you've been giving $5 a week for 1,000 weeks. You get to $5,000, they'll take a percentage out. Also, some people may want to invest more than $5 a week. They may want to do $10 a week or $20 a week, right? So you'll get to that 5,000 mark faster. Then it's percentage based. But the reason I really like Stash is because you can learn with the ETF funds, that's the mutual funds they offer. So again, it allows you to invest in Stash retirement. And this is why I think Stash is a mile above the rest of the current apps and why I use it. Now, Stash retirement is either not available or available soon, depending on what state you're in, because every state governs these things differently. But it just opened up here in my state, and I'm so excited about it because it's cheaper to use Stash retirement than it is for me to use my traditional Roth IRA company. So traditional IRA and Roth IRA accounts are now available on the Stash app. So you can get rid of that third party. Well, I guess technically Stash is a third party, and invest directly into mutual funds that you want to on this app. And so that's what Stash can do for you. You can start out with a little bit of money over a long period of time, gain some knowledge and some idea of what you're doing, and then transfer all of it into your IRA. Your Roth IRA, I'm telling you, unless you make like $100,000, $200,000 a year or more, is the most powerful retirement tool you're gonna have, because your company doesn't offer retirement. If you're working for Uber and Lyft, you don't get a pension, you don't get retirement, you don't get 401k savings. So you have to take it into your own hands. So anyway, if you don't use Stash and you want to go through a different party, I understand, that's fine. Don't download Stash, don't use my referral code. But if you do, you get $5, and this will be beginning to you having access to retirement funds, unless you want to be 98 and using Uber and Lyft because you haven't saved up any money, guys. So I hope that you liked this video. I hope you liked this series, and I hope I provided you some information and some background for how to invest in this world of gig economy, these new rules that we have. And I hope Friday and Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you log in and watch me on my live driver stream. I'd love to have you guys. So, deuces. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit subscribe. There'll be a circle icon in the middle of the screen for you to do that. Afterwards, hit the YouTube bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload anything to YouTube or go live. And if you want to watch 2 more videos, there should be 2 on the screen right down below. Lastly, if you enjoy this channel and you'd like to support it, consider becoming a patron. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you soon.